I'm Sonia Punin. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful clutch bag. Once you get the pattern done, it's super simple. To learn how to make the pattern, just follow the link below. For this project, you will need 3 different types of materials. One for the interior of the bag, one for the batting, and one for the exterior. Also, you will be needing a magnetic closure. Please follow the link below to watch how to make the pattern for this bag. We need to pin the pattern on the fabric to keep it steady. Cut all the way around and repeat this with all 3 materials. Now fold the exterior of the bag and press it with your hands to mark some lines. Do the same thing with the batting. As you can see, I used some heavier wool material that was left over from an old project. To make a mark to add the metal closure, take the 2 sides of the flap and fold it in half. Press it with your hand to get a straight line. Once you open the flap, you can see the line. Using a ruler or a measuring tape, measure 5 to 6 centimeters and make a mark on the line. Now you can put both fabrics together, one on top of the other one. Once I have them together, I started folding them, finding the shape of the purse. Using a sharp tool, poke through the 2 materials. Please be very careful with this. This can be a bit tricky because the materials are thick, so that's why I'm asking you to be careful. Now take one side of the magnetic closure and carefully start pushing it, trying to get the little feet to go through the fabric. This is a little bit tricky. Use your fingers to push it. Turn it over and make sure to have the 2 metal feet clear up. These magnetic closures come with a safe. Add it by pushing it through and then bend the metal feet using your fingers or a tool. I know I'm breaking the rules using my good scissors, but you can use your fingers. These are not so hard to bend. Now we're going to be adding the other side of the metallic closure. Using again a sharp tool, we can poke through the batting. Make sure that you just poke through the batting and not to the outside material of the bag. Now, using the same directions as previously, install the other side of the magnetic closure. Now pin the 2 fabrics together because we're gonna go now to the machine. I recommend you to use a zigzag stitch. When we come to this point, we stop sewing, we skip this little triangle, we continue sewing, and then we're gonna skip this other triangle here. And then we continue sewing. Pretty much we skip these 2 little triangles here. Now we're gonna take one side of the fabric and we're gonna take the triangle we skipped and put it together. Don't forget to pin it because we're gonna sew this. This is gonna be a little bit tougher, but it's possible to do it. As you can see, I did the same thing with the 4 sides of the bag. I put together 4 of the little triangles we skipped. Now we're gonna turn around and then we're gonna fold the fabric because we're gonna go back to the machine and we're gonna sew the 2 sides of the bag together. Please make sure that you keep it straight. We're also gonna be pinning this. This is one of the toughest parts because of all the material that is together. Keep it straight This is how it looks after I put the two sides together and sew it with a zigzag stitch. Now turn over the whole bag and push the corners with your hands, trying to get the round shape. This is so exciting because now you start seeing the shape of the clutch bag. Now it's time to work in the interior of the bag. I use rayon for this. It's a very light material, so sewing this won't be so difficult. Repeat the same process as before. Put together the 4 triangles, as you can see here, and then keep sewing it. Once you sew the 4 little triangles, fold the fabric and then sew it. Don't forget to pin it, because working with rayon or with any type of light material can also get tricky. When this is done, now it's time to put the 3 fabrics together. Turn over the outer part of the bag, get it straight and even. Then take the interior rayon to put it inside the first part of the project we just made. Push it with your hands slowly and make sure to introduce it straight. So once you get it even, we're gonna go ahead and sew it using a straight stitch. But this is important, we're gonna be leaving an opening of about 15 centimeters. And then we're gonna sew the flaps together. When you are sewing the front part of the bag, I recommend you stopping at this point. Take your scissors and make little cuts all around the flap. Or you can use your zigzag scissors. Using the opening we left, we're gonna be very careful and turn the bag over slowly and very gentle so we don't rip the fabric. Be patient with this, it takes some time, but believe me, it's worth it. After turning over the bag, I will go ahead and seal the left opening. You can do this sewing it by hand or with the machine. And there you have it. I really like this little detail. I think the combination of fabrics is very good. As an additional detail, I cut a little piece of the interior fabric from this rayon. I cut these sleeves. I used some glue to add it to the exterior of the bag, and then I went and stitched it all around. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me some thumbs up. Have fun making your own clutch bag. Let me know how did it go for you, leaving me some comments. Also, you can follow me in Instagram and Facebook as Sonia Punino. I'll see you next week.